Here we go.
What?
What is
Us?
happening? Oh my God.
Recording?
We're recording? You mean there could be a podcast that could come out? What?
What?
Yeah, it's
Y'all,
been a
life is
little.
crazy and it's a lot for y'all too, I'm sure. So
Oh
we're all
yeah.
just doing our best
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
these unprecedented times that I wish were more precedented,
Mm,
but here we are.
here we are. Well, I have to laugh
Not that
because
now was more precedented, but that we were in a previous, you know what I'm saying. What were you saying?
I am tired of my breaking news being broken in by other breaking news. So
Word.
that's where I am. It's
Yes.
very hard to watch the news these days. There's a lot going on. I know. I know. And so we're here to try to lighten the mood up, guys. Welcome to the show. Hi.
Hi.
Yes. High Priestess Hype
Let's
Club. That's us.
that's us. Let's
That's
talk about
us.
Lionsgate Portal. Can it do good
Yeah.
things?
Mm.
What can
So
happen?
I think so what's been interesting is that we joined lion season, the Leo season, um
A
in July, end of July, around July 22nd, I believe this year's date was. Because it changes every year depending on the days and that we have in the year and so on. So that's why if you know someone that's born on the cusp, side note guys, which we always do, you want to find out like what their exact birth date is so that you can tell which side of the sign that they're on ultimately,
Ooh.
yeah. So some people born July 22nd some years are Cancer, some people are Leos. So
Oh,
um
interesting. I didn't know
mhm.
that. It's not just hard and fast.
No, sometimes it's usually a range around the changing of the
Geometry.
signs. Yes,
Yeah.
astronomy, right?
Yes,
So
astronomy.
astronomy learning.
Why I forgot the actual scientific name and just said geometry instead because I know there are angles. Hey
But
guys.
still, it works. It worked. Look, girl, please. Do you know how many? God, I can't. Technology wise, I can't even. You've seen some of the lives we've done. It's just like, oh my God, I'm. We're just all doing our best.
We're
Um,
doing our best.
but Lionsgate's interesting because it comes smack in the middle of it. It's on 8/8. So you
Hmm.
guys have probably heard all the stuff about Lionsgate Portal. And really the thing to know about that is we have Leo, which is a very powerful sign ruled by the sun. Likes to be bright and be shown out there. I mean, if famous Leos are Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, you know, do I need to say more? So they like the attention, they like to be the stars of the show. So imagine that's coming up against one of the biggest stars, which is Sirius. And when
Ooh,
those,
tell us more about that.
yeah, well, it's a
I don't know
very,
much about series.
Sirius is really known to be a very big star, powerful planet, just like we have our sun and our Leo energy. So you bring those
Hmm.
two together, you're dealing with a portal that opens up for people to be extra courageous and bold. Think about, a lion. They do not care about anybody in their midst. They are the
Yeah.
head of the pack. They are the top of the game. This is what this energy is encouraging you to do, is to be bold and courageous and to be brave.
Yeah.
So if there's things that you want to start or create or to really make a big move with, this is the time to do it. Now,
Yeah.
this is where it gets a little tricky this year.
Right.
What
Does it
else?
have to do with Mercury retrograde?
Mercury
Hey.
retrograde. Thank you.
Eh.
Mercury retrograde. But yeah, that's it. So people will say to me, "Well, wait, Mary. So how am I going to deal with this big energy? But then I'm also in Mercury retrograde. Like, how do I
Right.
combine the two?"
Yeah.
And I think you take all your necessary precautions. So in other words, if you're sending an email to someone, double check it, make sure your words are correct, make sure you have the right email address. I have been noticing this Mercury retrograde. I've been creating a lot of typos in email addresses. I don't know if I'm moving too fast.
Dude, so many typos.
So many
And y'all know
typos.
I hate a typo and
Mm.
used to be a proofreader. And I'll see things that I've sent like through work, like in Teams, and I'm like, mercifully, there's an edit. But I'm just like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're feeling it too.
Yeah, so it's you want to double check all these things that you're being bold and brave and creative in, because it doesn't mean that you stop living. Life be life in,
Mm.
as Monet Exchange says. I love Monet.
Oh, Monet.
Monet. But you also have to take your extra precautions, because making bold moves, sometimes you got one shot at that and you want to make sure it's the best shot that you can take. So Listen, if you run forward
Yeah.
into something, if you stumble a little bit, okay, maybe the lesson is, or the skill that you learned was to take that chance, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you can sort of prepare yourself for that move, think of all the bases you need to cover, you should be in a good place to make that move. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so say for example, you want to ask someone out, or you want to, approach
Ooh.
someone, right? That's a good day to be bold. Asking for raises or chances to be on new projects. This year it is on a Friday. Yep,
Mhm.
Friday.
Yep,
So
Friday.
we also have that energy of Venus energy,
Mhm.
which is all about love and beauty. And so, how to be bold in those places,
Mhm.
So, if you're going to go somewhere that night, dress, maybe something a little extra bold or a little extra creative, or, it's really a time for you to shine.
Yeah.
And I think Lionsgate is really this year, especially, we have to move through those things that are getting in our way or what we're
Mm.
perceiving that they get in our way. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting because a lot of people will say Lionsgate. Here's the other thing they'll say about Lionsgate.
Hit me.
Um, it's well, because if you're being bold and creative, you're coming up against obstacles, you're coming up against things. So you guys may have noticed
Sure.
since around July 28th, which is when
Mhm.
Lionsgate portal opened, it got harder,
Yes. In a lot
right?
of ways.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, this is also what Lionsgate pushes you towards, and this is something that a lot of astrologers don't talk about. But as much as you're being
Ooh.
bold and creative, you also have to think about what you're pushing up against and what's falling down around you. And are those things supposed
Oh,
to be doing that?
interesting.
Yeah. And how do you bring yourself past those things? So if you are having a hard time right now, and some are, um, it's what is going away so that you can bring things in. And maybe, the other half of that is that's when you make your bold move. So if these things are falling away or being difficult, it's time to work with them to move forward.
Yeah.
So it
I
might
think that's
go ahead. Go ahead, Jules.
sorry, I was gonna say, I think it's interesting too. I'm wondering if it's manifesting in different ways too, because it's Leo. Like
Hmm.
Leo can be like because it's self, right? Like it's a lot
Hmm.
around like
Oh yeah.
is it manifest? Are you bumping up like against your own ego, or are you able to
Hmm.
work through like the healthier side of that? And if you are hitting that, is that a way to find around it to get closer to your goals or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that's a big part of it is to see what courage you have.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's a perfect way to say it. And I'm sorry, I was talking so much.
You're great.
But
I like
yes.
listening. I just had a moment where I was like, hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, it can be a lot of that, Leo. What are you, there's a difference between pride and then
Yes.
arrogance,
Yes.
and what are we doing to temper some of those things, or what are we doing to, break out of the fear, and roar, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of good stuff coming. I think we have, if you're going to manifest that day, or if you're going to try to work with those numbers that day, think about the things. I like eight. I look at eight as a karmic number. I always look at that as
Oh,
karma.
yeah.
So it's also, if you turn on its side, it's an infinity
Infinity and
symbol,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
it's an okay day to ask for those things that you're trying to manifest long term, like a good career,
Yeah.
a healthy relationship, things that for your heart. And one big question, actually, Julie, if you don't mind me asking your
Do it.
thoughts on this, but a lot of people say don't do magic for yourself. Now,
Okay.
yeah.
I do have big thoughts about this, and I
Hmm.
think part of it is because not to full on Julie rant about this, so I'll try to pull it in.
No.
But like, I mean, dominant religion of our American culture and like what a lot of people leave to come through, while it has good things, very much is about like selflessness in a way that can be like, you shouldn't do anything for yourself.
Hmm.
And that makes you a good person, which, as we know, can have different kinds of implications on how people are controlled and managed throughout their lives.
Yes.
So I think that it's okay to do work for yourself. I did kind of struggle with that for a while when I was younger and trying to figure all that out and understand it. Not to get too heavy on it, but I think
Mhm.
if you can't do work for yourself, is the same as like, well, don't you put your oxygen mask on first? Like, don't
Mhm.
you have to take care of yourself so you can help the people around you? Like, if you're totally depleted, but everybody else is doing really well because you're just giving yourself over and over and over again, it's okay to
Yeah.
take a day and
Yeah.
say, you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna do this one for me,
Right.
is
Right.
what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's very much a time that points to like yourself. Like,
Mhm.
and yes, I'm an Aries. Okay, whatever. I know that that's also associated with like self and
Mhm.
like first housey kind of stuff. But
Exactly.
like, but I don't think that it is working for yourself has to be selfish.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's a difference there, I
There
think.
is. So here's the example that I think of when someone says this to me. You have the difference between I'm searching for a job for myself. I want
Yes.
this work for myself. I want to be prosperous, whatever. And the work that you do is I want so and so to lose their job so I can
Right.
have that job. That's the
That's
difference between the
different.
two, you
Right.
know?
I think so too.
So it's if you're doing work for yourself and you're doing things to be harmful to other people, that's when you shouldn't do it. To push someone out of the way to get ahead, but to ask for a job that is going to pay all your bills well, and that you can enjoy and save some money, sure, there's nothing wrong with asking the universe for that. The universe wants
Right.
that for you. So, solo
Right.
magic, personal magic, here's the other thing. If you're someone that wants to work with other people on magic, you want to help your friends
Yeah.
out, whatever, you don't have to do it for a living. Some folks do, we do. But if you just want to do it for your friends, you're not going to know how it's going to turn out or what to look for if you don't do some of that magic on yourself either, if you need it.
Right. Some of the
So,
best ways you develop that work and so you can do good work for other people is like figuring it out as you do it for yourself.
yeah. So highly recommended in the best ways possible, guys. Just remember that. Keep
Yeah.
your intention. What is really your intention here in mind? And if it's something that's going to hurt someone else, 99 out of 100 times you don't want to do that. Now, there's always those moments where someone's being really petty. Do I recommend that? No, but is it justified? Maybe. We all
Right.
have
There's
our
sometimes when people are hurting your family members or
rights.
whatever. There's always different reasons, right? We're not,
Right.
as you guys know, we're not full on like love and light only kind of people here. We're not just trying like toxic positivity our way
Oh
through the
God.
world
No.
spiritually. So of course there is a time, but we
Mhm.
also don't advocate for just being a shitty person because you can.
Too long, didn't read. It's right there. We don't.
TLDR, be a good
Yeah.
person.
Yes.
Don't be shitty for fun.
Don't be shitty for fun. There you go. You keep
Put it
that in
on a
mind, you're
shirt.
fine. No, really. That's seriously. I think it's important. So that's just some things to think about, guys. So I would say, on the 8th, or you have up until the 12th to do this, is to think about the things that you really want to manifest in your life, that you want to create, that you want to be a part of, that maybe you are already a part of and you want to be more involved, or you just want to be out in
Yeah.
the world a little bit more. This is a really great time to do it because the energy is enhanced and it's supporting you. So that's one of the things about magic too, guys, and manifestation. If you can get these things in the world, astrologically, just the way the day is, whatever it is, behind you, it lifts your manifestation ideas and your magic up even higher. So and that means the gods will hear it even better. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
And you can use the Mercury retrograde to your advantage in doing this, right? If you take time to like reflect
Yes.
and
Mhm.
think about it before you charge forward, that's a great like system to
Yeah.
make it really work for yourself.
Yeah.
So even though Mercury retrograde can be tough, it
Mhm.
does has left like lessons to teach us and help us improve ourselves when those few weeks are over.
Yeah. And the other thing is we just may revisit old projects and revisit old things that we
And
might have
like
put
have new
beside
eyes on it.
and new eyes,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's perfect timing. So yeah, it's not always the best time when Mercury retrograde happens, but let's use it to our advantage because we are
Yeah.
smart witches.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, Julie, I know we have not podcasted in a while, guys. We will either you can find us on our lives. We're on live on Facebook usually and Instagram. You can find on our website at hypeclub.live. Jules, how can people get in touch with us?
Oh, we also go live on YouTube. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
you
lean
too.
in and
Thank
say
you.
that.
Yes, thank you.
But no, but you guys can email us at High Priestess Hype Club at gmail.com. You can friend like Mary said, you can find us on socials. You can find us on our website at hypeclub.live. And you can find Mary at marydalba.com. And you can find me at julieatkinson.com.
Yeah,
And we love to
awesome.
hear from you.
Exactly. So, guys, if you try stuff out on Lionsgate or you have questions, let us know. We'd love to hear from you, like Julie said. So, until next time, just remember you are magic. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.